Hey everyone, this is First Warn Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Brad Panovich. Great news, we've got a winter storm, a real winter storm. Only problem is we're going to see a little bit of ice with this one, but I tell you what, I'm excited all the same because really is the kind of storm we would like to see more often. It hasn't been a horrible ski season in the southeast. It's been cold enough to make snow, but we've had very little natural snow. Unbelievable natural snowdrop. But that's going to change here starting this weekend and maybe going into next week. We'll start tonight with the radar. You can see a lot of moisture heading our way. Now, if we had Arctic high pressure in place to the north, this would be an awesome storm. It would have so much more potential. The problem is we've got marginally cold air. It's not a total loss, but it still means we're going to see quite a bit of rain out of this. You can see the Arctic air is kind of coming in at the same time. I always like to see the cold air get established first before we get the storm system, but this is going to be a bona fide coastal low and a nice nor'easter. So let's start talking about how cold it's actually going to get on the backside of this thing. It looks like we are going to see good snowmaking conditions and pretty good northwest flow. I think that's going to be the key. We're going to see northwest flow develop as basically we get the low cranking up the coast. So we've got the synoptic snows, we call it, the ones that are coming in with the storm itself. But on the backside, we get the added bonus of northwest flow snow. So how much are we talking about? This is early Friday, going through the day. Notice the snow starts in North Carolina, moves up into the Virginias. And I actually think this is a little underdone. This goes through early on Sunday, but I could easily see some totals up in Wisp approaching 6-7 inches. I think snowshoe for sure 8 to 10 inches, and then down in North Carolina resorts probably in the 2 to 4 range. There is going to be a little bit of ice mixing in, which could reduce the totals, but the big bonus might be the northwest flow on the back side of this that could enhance these totals, and that's why I think they're underperforming. Now, here's a little sneak peek. I didn't want to show this publicly, but I'm going to show it to you guys because I really think this is something to keep an eye on. I'm going to widen this out first, and don't look at the numbers right now. This is the long-range model, and the reason I like showing this is because this shows an absolute monster storm Super Bowl weekend. You see the snow from this weekend, another little burst of snow next week, but watch as this goes out into the future, and it kind of stops here. But I can tell you there is going to be a pretty big storm moving into the southeast in some time frame of next weekend into Super Bowl weekend. Now, European model, these models, you can never take them for a grain of salt. And this system's not going to be that big. I'll just tell you that right now. That's just one model solution. But the pattern, we've got a big East Coast trough, strong coastal low systems developing, and if everything syncs up, the potential for the big one, the big storm, is going to be sometime late next week into next weekend, Super Bowl weekend. So keep your eyes on that first weekend in February. And really, this pattern looks like it's going to last into February. As bad as the winter's been for some of us, not enough snow and not cold enough, February, it really is. You look at all the long-range stuff, and it's just not one or two long-range pattern, model guidance type of things. It's several of them. Everything seems to be lining up that February is really going to be the real deal. And if you know anything about the Southeast, February is always the snowiest month of the year in the Southeast. So good news this weekend. Please be safe out there. There's going to be a little bit of ice in the mountains starting Friday into Friday night. So drive safely if you're heading into any resorts Friday night and early Saturday. But should be great skiing this weekend. Make sure you're safe heading up there. And please, as always, bundle up and make sure you're prepared for the weather. As always, I will see you next week. Enjoy the natural snow. If you head out there, send me some pictures on Twitter. I'm at WXBrad on Twitter. Love retweeting those. And as always, think snow, and let's count on that next storm being even bigger than we think.